Massive poverty and obscene inequality are such terrible scourges of our times, times in which the world boasts breathtaking advances in science, technology, industry, and wealth accumulation, that they have to rank alongside slavery and apartheid as social evils. Millions of people in the world's poorest countries remain imprisoned, enslaved, and in chains. They are trapped in the prison of poverty. It is time to set them free. As long as poverty, injustice, and gross inequality persist in our world, none of us can truly rest. Remember that hope is a powerful weapon even when all else is lost. Courage is not the absence of fear, it's inspiring others to move beyond it. It's a good thing to help a friend whenever you can, but individual acts of hospitality are not the answer. Those who want to wipe out poverty from the face of the earth must use other weapons, weapons other than kindness. I am convinced that floods of personal disaster can never drown a determined revolutionary, nor can the cumulus of misery that accompanies tragedy suffocate him. A good pen can also remind us of the happiest moments in our lives, bring noble ideas into our dens, our blood and our souls. It can turn tragedy into hope and victory. Like slavery and apartheid, poverty is not natural. It is man-made, and it can be overcome and eradicated by the actions of human beings. Overcoming poverty is not a gesture of charity. It is an act of justice. It is the protection of a fundamental human right, the right to dignity and a decent life. While poverty persists, there is no true freedom. Do not look the other way, do not hesitate. Recognize that the world is hungry for action, not words. Act with courage and vision. Sometimes it falls upon a generation to be great. You can be that great generation. Let your greatness blossom. I am not less life-loving than you are. But I cannot sell my birthright, nor am I prepared to sell the birthright of the people to be free. Of course, the task will not be easy. But not to do this would be a crime against humanity, against which I ask all humanity now to rise up. When people are determined, they can overcome anything. The struggle is my life. I will continue fighting for freedom until the end of my days. Difficulties break some men, but make others. No axe is sharp enough to cut the soul of a sinner who keeps on trying, one armed with the hope that he will rise even in the end. Since my release, I have become more convinced than ever that the real makers of history are the ordinary men and women of our country. Their participation in every decision about the future is the only guarantee of true democracy and freedom. A critical, independent, and investigative press is the lifeblood of any democracy. The press must be free from state interference. Man's goodness is a flame that can be hidden but never extinguished. May your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. It is in your hands to make a better world for all who lie in it. A winner is a dreamer who never gives up. Overcoming poverty is not a task of charity, it is an act of justice. What counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived. It is what difference we have made to the lives of others. Everyone can rise above their circumstances and achieve success if they are dedicated to and passionate about what they do. It always seems impossible until it is done. Lead from the back and let others believe they are in front. I have always believed exercise is a key not only to physical health, but to peace of mind. Do not judge me by my successes, judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again. I like friends who have independent minds because they tend to make you see problems from all angles. No one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin, or his background, or his religion. People must learn to hate, and if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love, for love comes more naturally to the human heart than its opposite. Success in politics demands that you must take your people into confidence about your views and state them very clearly, very politely, very calmly, but nevertheless, state them openly. I am the captain of my soul. A leader is like a shepherd. He stays behind the flock, letting the most nimble go out ahead, whereupon the others follow, not realizing that all along they are being directed from behind. Appearances matter, and remember to smile. After climbing a great hill, one only finds that there are many more hills to climb. Nothing is black or white. Great peacemakers are all people of integrity, of honesty, but humility. Freedom is indivisible. The chains on any one of my people were the chains on all of them. The chains on all of my people were the chains on me. There can be no keener revelation of a society's soul than the way in which it treats its children. Know your enemy, and learn about his favorite sport. Quitting is leading too. When the water starts boiling, it is foolish to turn off the heat. It is not where you start, but how high you aim that matters for success. Keep your friends close, and your rivals even closer. Let your greatness blossom. No one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin, or his background, or his religion. People must learn to hate, and if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love, for love comes more naturally to the human heart than its opposite. Without language, one cannot talk to people and understand them. One cannot share their hopes and aspirations, grasp their history, appreciate their poetry, or savor their songs. A good head and good heart are always a formidable combination. But when you add to that a literate tongue or pen, then you have something very special. As I walked out the door toward the gate that would lead to my freedom, I knew if I didn't leave my bitterness and hatred behind, I'd still be in prison. Courageous people do not fear forgiving, for the sake of peace. The brave man is not the one who has no fears, he is the one who triumphs over his fears. There is no easy walk to freedom anywhere, and many of us will have to pass through the valley of the shadow of death again and again before we reach the mountaintop of our desires. Men have different capacities and react differently to stress. But the stronger ones raised up the weaker ones, and both became stronger in the process. Those who conduct themselves with morality, integrity, and consistency need not fear the forces of inhumanity and cruelty. There are few misfortunes in this world that you cannot turn into a personal triumph if you have the iron will and the necessary skill. Real leaders must be ready to sacrifice all for the freedom of their people.